Alright, so how y'all doing, mates? Hope you're doing well. Now in today's video, back again of course with the full buff team, the OP Amplify team, whatever you want to call it. And today we are going to be using the REM. Now, if you guys don't know what the REM does, she has this first card here, this Amplify card, and with how her passive works and how her whole kit kind of coincides, this card can hit some absolutely crazy numbers. Unfortunately, with her being a collaboration character, she is extremely rare, and if you haven't got her, there's probably going to be quite a while until you're going to have another chance to get her again. Honestly, I would say that you're 100% expecting to see the Slime collab, and even stuff like Attack on Titan have their reruns before the ReZero collab. But anyways, if you guys don't know what she does, the first card here is the Amplify card. Inflicts damage equal to 450% of attack on one enemy. The second card here inflicts damage equal to 325% of attack on all enemies. Decreases ultimate move gauge damage by 50% for 2 turns, then blocks ultimate move effects. The ultimate inflicts shatter damage equal to 462% of attack on all enemies. And last but not least, the passive. For each orb filled up in the move gauge, increases rank of use move skills, pretty much anything along those lines. It increases attack related stats by 5% for 3 turns up to 5 times. If there are 5 or more ultimate move gauge orbs, recovers 30% of max HP. So pretty much just for every orb she fills up, she gets another one of those attack buffs, which is really nice. Honestly, even by herself, I feel like once you've had her, get to full ultimate gauge, she's supporting herself enough to just straight up one-tap characters with level 1 and 2 cards. But jumping over to the closet here, not a crazy amount of investment. We pretty much just purchased all of the cosmetics. And if you are running her in geared, not today, but I would 100% recommend using her on the attack crit set. But like I said, using her in ungeared today, this is the team we're using. I'm guessing she's going to do just as good as some of the other characters. I feel like she's going to do just a tiny bit better than the Assaultman Meliodas. I feel like, even though he is a festival character, she's just a tiny bit better and just synergizes with this team a little bit better. Obviously, you don't get the Meliodas passive when not using a full demon team. But I mean, yeah, let's jump right into it. Alright, our first opponent, a Margaret Meliodas team. I mean, as long as we're going first on this team with just how crazily offensive it is, we should be doing alright. Can we actually go ahead? I'm going to go for the buff on you there. Use the AoE card first just to get the extra buff. Also, if he does have any evasion food, we can proc that. And then surely that gets rid of Meliodas, right? Yeah, I wasn't expecting like a crazy amount from the AoE. That's single target though, yeah, 156,000. Really opening up the video with those kind of numbers are, and like, just look at how many buffs she provides herself as well. Like, I don't care if he goes ahead and removes the debuffs, that's fine, but like, it's just, once she gets up there, if we had like an Excalibur Arthur or someone here to kind of like taunt and keep her protected, it is absurd. I mean, if you are using her, you can obviously use her alongside Margaret as well. Her passive alongside the level 3 Breath of Bless is like, what, like 10 buffs right off the bat. Those are some crazy numbers. Like, if you can get fortunate enough to even have like maybe her, Margaret, and go through and you get a level 3 Amplify card, the numbers you're seeing at that point are actually absurd. Let's see though, I might actually go ahead just so we can maximize our buffs as early as possible. Go for this here, chuck it out. I'm not expecting it to do like a crazy amount of damage, but hopefully we can just get one more of her cards in this next turn. If not, we can throw off the ultimate and we should do quite a bit of damage there. I mean, even killing Gotha, I wasn't expecting to kill Gotha there, but there we go, forfeit as well. And I'm 100% sure after that first match, you guys can see what I mean when I say REM is good. And like, whether you're using the Zeldris in the back, if you like and you summoned on the collab, you could be using Ram in the back. She buffs all known unknown allies. Does it actually go ahead and say it here? Perfect, yeah, increase all unknown race allies stats by 20%. So another really good pick for a support on her behalf. But let's see, I really want to get rid of Merlin here. She is, don't get me wrong, the Jack of Light go through is extremely annoying. A level 3 Jack of Light card is just absolutely game changing, but her passive and being able to get that off as often as you can is annoying, but being type disadvantage there, just shy getting the kill. Looks like he's got Nanashi in the back as well. Nanashi definitely a character I need to level up. For this team especially, getting those extra 2 buffs, even though the Zeldris passive, I mean, you're definitely proccing half of it just from the Arthur Holy Relic. You are going to get just a tad bit more damage if Nanashi gets those extra 2 buffs on the character you're wanting. But let's see, I feel like I can pretty much wrap up you with that card there. If not, we'll go ahead and chuck an extra one there. But how much damage do you reckon we're going to hit on the Jack of Light Gotha? I would probably go for Ram just because the substats probably a little bit weaker, but yeah, probably could have hit a crit as well. I mean, when she's not critting, that is still like, for how much health she removes, that is almost like the Christmas Awaken Elite 1-star cards. Like, Granted, we are getting the buffs pretty much just as easy, like as long as she has Kyo, she's doing that kind of damage, and as long as you're using, granted you have to use 2 units to kind of support her, but this team is honestly just so much fun. It's a shame you do have to get Arthur's Holy Relic in order to give Sigurd this kind of power, but it is what it is, and especially with how, you know, the bird rate has changed, you can infinitely farm Holy Relics, so they also did give a free one out in this event, which I actually did just go ahead and get myself, so actually got that for Magelda. Let's see. Can I even kill you? 1 will rank up. Yeah, why not? Play it like this. 1, 2, and 3, and I'm sure hoping that can kill. And probably going for Gotha would have 100% been the safe bet there, but why not? We'll see if we can kill Ram in just 1 card. Sigurd has been going absolutely ridiculous in these showcases as well. Yeah, like, look at that. Just shy of 200,000 damage. Like, that's almost enough to kill, like, geared characters. It's crazy what he's capable of doing. Granted, I mean, look at all the buffs on him. He's type advantage, all that kind of stuff, but I don't know. It's still just such an offensive team. If they had something, or just like a little bit of defensive capabilities, maybe something like a King Shield, something like that would definitely help out the team a lot, but let's go 1, 2, and 3, and that should wrap it up. Hoping you don't kill the Gotha with like a crit or something. Yeah, there you go. 80,000? You see, even on the 1-star cards, with how little buff she has at the moment, the crit multiplier is just insane. And I know this is type disadvantage, but I mean, 340,000. That's just absurd. And I know I've been saying this in pretty much every video since what was meant to be our update day, but I still really wish they added the Valentine's Day Moleskula in this patch. I don't know why they didn't. Like, it was such an easy pick for them. Let's see, does this Excalibur Arthur have the... No, he doesn't have Holy Relic. That makes my life so much easier. Let's go ahead, buff her up. We'll give him an emote back real quick. And I'd like to kill Arthur right off the bat, that way we don't have to worry about Nameless Dance, but worst comes to worst, he's nice and low for him. We want to try and finish him there. Double crit on Arthur? If we had to use the crit on the single target card, that would have been so much more beneficial, but Terry's well on the front. I might actually do a Terry showcase sometime in the near future. I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've used Terry. I said this as well in the My video, which we did recently, which is like, I go ahead and I use these characters, especially the King of Fighters characters like Rugal and Terry. I go through like a hot period of just using them in almost every video, and then I just forget about them for like a whole month or two, and pretty much don't get to see them whatsoever. Athena as well, I think I've only shown off in like, what, 2 showcases? So there's that as well. Let's see though. I really want to get rid of Arthur, so let's go 1. I'm gonna aim for Barn actually, just in case we can break through. We'll start chipping into Barn instead. Barn is an absolute tanky, but even in ungeared, what he's capable of he can just absorb. It's the fact that he can absorb like 6/6 Margaret ultimates, even though the ultimate was entirely made for countering Barn. It's just crazy. And then the level 3 gift card, you get 50% health at the end of every turn. That's for 2 turns. Like, on paper, that just even sounds ridiculous. And see, though, we got another Arthur buff. Got another single target. It's just not going to be enough to kill Barn. The level 80 Terry, though, or even the Red Twiggo, killing him would definitely weaken the team a whole bunch. Especially whilst he's got no gift buffs on there. I might do the... Really gets the Terry buff, though. Can I kill Terry? Does this... I might go ahead and increase HP, so killing this won't directly make Terry weaker. It's more just the Barn attacks, because they're based off his HP. Let's see, let's go 1. Extort, and then single target. I think that might end up doing just a tiny bit more than the Sigurd single target. Into REM single target. Not liking this though. Not a crazy amount of damage, but I feel like he has used quite a few counters, so it's definitely built up a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't have a crazy amount of dupes in his Terry. I mean, it's just how I feel whenever characters like, you know, collab characters or characters like Halloween Gotha get their ultimate, just due to the exclusivity of the character. Most people are going to have like a 1/6 ultimate, which is always good when you're versing Terry's, because at 6/6 his ultimate can just absolutely wipe teams. There we go, so we did actually manage to survive, which is perfect. But the Heart Crusher, I'm not too sure of. Yeah, we just can't deal... Even with how offensive this team is, sometimes you just cannot deal enough damage to deal with Barn. Don't get me wrong, he isn't as good as King or Meliodas, but he's definitely like, for PvP, the 3rd best festival, easily. But I mean, I feel like we've been on a pretty hot streak and only just managing to outsee the Trader Meliodas Escanor team. That is exactly what you want to see. The second you get out CC'd by this team, you're in a bad spot. just because I feel like it's probably going to be the safer option, we'll go buff the REM there. And I think we'll go double single target into Meliodas because I just don't feel like, even with the extra buff the AoE card gives us, it's just not going to help us kill Meliodas that much. Getting him out of the way is just so beneficial, even though Escanor can just absolutely cleave through everyone here. And obviously, it not being geared PvP, you can't like cater your characters to be more defensive or anything along those lines. It's still just a lot better option. Barn in the back though, as long as we can... Here's the thing, even if we do end up killing Gotha and Escanor, Barn is just so tanky. In the second he can just only have his cards in his hand and you can like rush the ultimates and get level 3 gift cards. Spoke that into existence. Yeah, this is going to be a uphill fight for me. I mean, even if we can just kill Gotha to stop the stacking, that'd be really helpful. Do I go to maximize card draw? I think I might actually. That way we can get the extra buffs on everyone and we give ourselves more chances to actually draw those REM single targets. So I'm not going to worry a crazy amount in this turn here. Also, we could save that if we ever need to like try and tank a Barn ultimate, because it will definitely help. But level 3, it's what, extra 50% decrease for the ultimate damage. And I think for the turn actually disables the ultimate as well, which is really helpful. Okay, so we can buff up everyone here, go for the double REM single target. Definitely enough to kill Gotha. Barn on the other hand though, like just critting Barn as well is the hardest thing. Like you really need to have that sever effect in order to crit him and do damage, because like he has such a high crit resistance, but his crit defense is extremely low, which definitely helps balance him out, that's for sure. Okay, there we go. Gotha ultimate is here. Let's go rank up. I think I might actually be able to one tap with a 2-star. This is fingers crossed, and we'll... might actually hold on to our extra single target as well and just throw the Sigurd card out for the time being, just in case, because I do want to throw that card to someone else, but wasting it now. Yeah, okay, gosh, 220,000. Chill out. Oh, damn, even Barn's taking damage. Okay, yo, if Barn's taking damage, we're good. That's probably going to be like, yeah, pretty much back to full health almost. Getting the Escanor ultimate though, I did not pay attention to that. Did he get a merger or did I just completely misplay that? Oh yeah, okay. Please go for REM. Okay, that's fine. At least half the ultimate's being wasted on REM. As long as one of the other guys can tank the death effect. Okay, sweet. Oh, damn. Was that like a 1/6 Escanor? That was on weak death effect. Okay. We will use the extort card to just give Sigurd a tiny bit more damage. And now it's just trying to kill Barn. Boy oh boy, is this going to be a saga. I'm just going to let this turn play out, see how much damage we can do. You will pretty much be able to judge how the rest of the match is going to go from here, but I'm not going to make you guys watch me spend like the next 5 turns trying to just dwindle him down. Yeah, no, I definitely feel like we've got this in the bag. We've almost got Sigurd ultimate and we're guaranteed the Arthur ultimate next turn. Yeah, damn, that match went for way too long, but after this video, I probably am going to record another video, but I think I'm actually go ahead and try and grind out a couple Holy Relics, because I'm super behind on pretty much all of my Holy Relic grinding, and definitely something I want to invest into just a tiny bit more. Who do we want to get rid of here? Gosh, there is just so many powerhouses in the front of this team. I'm going to just go ahead and take the safe bet and get rid of Meliodas. Having the shield is definitely annoying, but as long as we can break it with the extort card, we should be fine. There we go. And if we can get crits with REM, I feel like even if there's a King Shield up, if we can get a crit with REM with this many buffs, we should be fine. And oh my god, is this just an absolute festival powerhouse of a team. God damn. I mean, double Escanor was kind of guaranteed there. The OG Relic Arthur is actually still tanking super well. I've been super surprised. And one thing I actually haven't mentioned, and it's probably been like 1 or 2 days now, maybe even 3 days, but we actually hit 700 subscribers. I think at the point of recording this, we're on 704 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken, but absolutely crazy. On our way to 800, 900, and then 1,000 subscribers, which I honestly never thought I'd be able to say, like, that is such an absurd milestone. And to be able to, like, I don't know, it's still just absolutely mind-blowing to me that we've made it this far. Definitely should have used the extort card second. That one's entirely on me. Putting the disable recovery skills on Escanor doesn't really matter. If it was an effect card, it'd probably be just a tiny bit better, but oh well. Back in the day, having him have that card was a little bit better because the Blue King was pretty much everywhere, and being able to disable that was absolutely huge. But 700 subscribers. There was also one other thing oh yes, yesterday's showcase. I pre-recorded the video for the Lilia showcase. I was like, oh well, I haven't done this team in ages, and I was kind of just thinking of teams since, once again, we didn't have the new Valentine's Day Molescular drop, so I was like, why not? We'll do this for a video. I recorded the video, pretty much went to bed, woke up the next morning, and Nog did a video on the exact same team. Now, I am by no means saying he copied me, but I was like, what are the chances of that? Like, I don't know. That's just my luck coming out there. But Rush the Arthur and Sigurd ultimate. I feel like if we actually go ahead and use both of these, pretty much since we're guaranteed the crit on the Arthur ultimate, it might actually about get rid of Barn. But oh, if he has ultimates for King and Nescanon, we might just be done for here. I mean, the power difference in our teams, like, don't get me wrong, I have higher CC, but just in the units themselves, there's a big gap, that's for sure. And like, power creep is something that's going to happen in some of these matches. Like, not using any of the main festivals, sometimes you're just going to get like out top tiered, that's for sure. Let's see though, might go ahead and throw these two out and see if we can, actually we'll go 1, 2, and 3 and see if we can at least finish off Escanor. The King ultimate is also fairly weak if you're not removing like a crazy amount of debuffs from yourself or a crazy amount of buffs from the enemy. That's where like, that's the kind of where his ultimate shines, in the fact that it doesn't hit like a crazy amount, but your enemy can't really like help defend themselves. Like, unless they're actually removing the ultimate itself, it's still going to hit pretty much like the same amount every time, unless you're buffing yourself and purposefully making them do more damage. But that's alright. A little unfortunate, I didn't really expect us to win that one anyways. But yeah, let's jump on to the final opponent. Here we go, and onto our final opponent. Really an Assault Mode Meliodas team with Sigurd as well, which you always love to see. Damn, okay, definitely didn't expect that. Can we actually... I feel like saying can we here is like a little bit of a stretch. Of course we can. 1, rank up the REM there, and 2. You just can't tank, even in ungeared, where we can't like make our characters do a lot more damage. Him having the evasion food entirely saved him there, but us having those 30 debuffs is instantly going to proc his Sigurd passive, which, oh well, it is what it is. We pretty much have the same thing going on in our team, but he's going to put up the taunt, so we have to deal with that. Ugh, I should have known he had the evasion food there. If you're not playing this team with evasion food or ult food, you're playing the team wrong, that's all I'm going to say. Taking his time though with the play, that's for sure. And I think we used the Assault Mode Meliodas in not yesterday's video, but the video before, and even without him being on like a full demon team and not getting pretty much access to any of his passive, he still did surprisingly well. Like, look at him, he's not a terrible unit. It's more just that tanking ability, and when he comes up against Barn especially, like any red units cleave him up, and the fact that he exists and he's also the Trader Meliodas, the new dark type Trader Meliodas, is also under the Meliodas name. Like, there's no real point trying to like say that this one is better than the other one by any means. Like, not in any content, in any kind of scenario can you say Assault Mode Meliodas is better. But rushing the Sigurd ultimate, he has no real way of stopping this. He can block the skill effect obviously, but even then we should be pretty fine. I think we have a 4 or 5, I think it might be a 4/6 Sigurd. We had him 2/6, then after these Scardy summons, we ended up playing an extra 2 dupes. We also pulled 2 dupes from Magelda, which is really nice. I think she's sitting on 5/6 now, which I've actually started using her for the bird raid. I think I actually said at the beginning of the video, I went ahead and got her Holy Relics, so gonna do a bit of grinding on that off camera. You see, like, don't get me wrong, he's type disadvantage, but he's still just not tanking enough. Not tanking enough. Gosh, what did he ended up blocking the... I actually think he did block the skill effects. Also, Meliodas having the ultimate there. We might actually end up losing this. The Chandler just played such a big part in this match. Just being there. Chandler is still such a strong character. Like, I wouldn't give him top 5 by any means, and even giving him top 10. Actually, could I give Chandler top 10 in the game? I mean, I feel like that's more an opinion-based thing. Chandler is still extremely powerful. I don't know, I just prefer the green Cyril, in all honesty. Just the way the character's built, having the 2-turn counter on the 2-star. I just reckon in a lot of scenarios and in a lot of teams, if you're not using Goth, that is just so much more like viable, and not having to like put up a counter every turn is also a huge advantage. But there we go. I mean, let's see us just get absolutely clapped by this Assault Mode Meliodas after I just completely downplay him the whole match, and then we can wrap up the video. Oh, don't kill my Sigurd. Actually, you can't even see the opponent's damage anyway, which I always thought was a weird thing. Like, obviously you can see the damage he does directly to the character, but there's an actual damage counter in the top right for like these big AoE attacks. There we go. Arthur actually surviving there as well. Like I said before, he's tanking insanely well. But yeah, let's wrap up the video. There we go, and that just about does it for today's video. But I mean, if you guys do have any team suggestions, if it's for maybe one of these collaboration characters, like maybe a character you don't have and you'd like to see him use, by all means let me know in the comment section down below. Even if it's just like a video or something, pretty much any content, maybe even a deer guide. I have started working on that a little bit, so should be coming out in the near future. But I mean, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please hit the like button, subscribe, really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.